Hi there. Thank you so much for sending in your essay for correction. I'm sorry there's been a slight delay getting this back to you. Um, my name's Daphne. I've been assigned your essay and I'm delighted to have a look at this for you. So we've got a bar chart here. Sorry, a line graph. Sorry, what am I talking about? We've got a line graph. This is a nice graph, actually. There's quite a lot to say about it. Although it would be more interesting if you had two lines to compare. You're slightly short on your word count, so at least 150. I'm going to suggest a few things that a few more sentences and stuff that you can put in here. So you're starting off with your overview. So this diagram, you need to tell me it's a line graph. That's very important. Provides data or information about the total money earned from PlayStation 3 sales each year between 2007 and 2012. Okay, the year 2007 witnessed the lowest sales at $3.61 million. Okay, fine. Sale and then start. Yeah. So steadily and remarkably, it's a bit more dramatic than that, isn't it? I would say sales then trebled. Yeah. Trebled, comma, rising dramatically, or sales rocketed to rocketed by 3 times to 9.2 million in 1998. So you've got steadily and remarkably is fine, but this is a fantastic graph for showing this really dramatic language. So I'm going to suggest rocketed and using trebled because this is really important. And then you could say then rose again sharply to 12.85 in 2009. So you can see what also I'm doing is increasing your word count because I'm using more words here. So I've got to 2009. Okay. Subsequently, so you don't want however because it's not really a sort of on the other hand kind of essay. So subsequently, sales leveled out between 2009 and 2012. You could use this lovely word fluctuating between 13 million and 14.3 million, okay, over this 3-year period. Okay. Okay, yep, you've given me some more numbers there. The problem with just listing the numbers like this is that it just feels a bit like a list. What I've tried to do and what I've said is just use, so you've got fluctuated slightly throughout the rest of the period, that's fine. And just, you can say that between wherever it was. Nevertheless, I like this. Profits these years were higher than 2009, okay. Still higher than 2009, yeah. Or you could say trading in a range between 2.85 and $14.3 million, something like that. Okay. Overall, it's clear that despite various rates of change during this period, the amount of sales profits were higher than in the previous 2 years. Okay. During this period, so we're talking about this period here. Okay. Additionally, 2011 was the year which the largest amount of money. Yes. Okay. I don't think you need to have additionally here. But overall, it's clear that despite the various rates of change, the amount of sales profits were higher in the last 2 years. You go in here with 2011 being the most profitable year or something like that. Okay, so if you've got the largest, but which is a superlative which you need, but equally if you have the most profitable, that keeps your superlative in there. You've done well here because I agree, just having one line graph, there's not much to say, but I would expand on this section here because you can say up threefold, rose dramatically, reached a peak or something, reached a kind of peak there really before leveling out. That kind of language is what we want to be going for in this sort of graph. But you've done a good job there. International marketing, invasive and intrusive. Okay, what I would say on this essay here is that you need some more concrete examples. It's good. It's quite general. So I think you need to have here some. I think if you can ground it really with some examples. I'm just going to make a few suggestions. So I'll show you what I mean. Advertising and marketing has become more global, and you can't be global and worldwide, it's the same thing, has become more global, or increasingly more global, as a result of recent technology. Yes, okay. As a result of the enormous development in technology over the past 20 years. Just kind of make it a bit more punchy, this statement. Whilst many consider it to be a welcome boost to our lives and nations, others dislike this development and see it as a threat. Give me a bit more here. This essay will discuss both views and discuss both views and support my opinion using examples from blah and blah. Now here is where you need to kind of give me like India and Oxford University. I don't mind. On the online course, which I would suggest you have a look at, it's brilliant. Ben works through a model of how to write these essays, and it really, really works. It's fantastic seeing how much students improve doing this. So I would suggest here, like say you're going to talk about some examples, and here you need to put the examples in. Those who unwelcome, you can't unwelcome something. Those who disapprove of such or disagree with enhanced marketing feel that, okay, yeah. Okay, all right, go. Firstly, many believe that international marketing harms their nation, significantly harms their nation. Firstly, as the I'm trying to avoid they because I think it's better to come back from that. But firstly, it can be seen as an intrusive act which interferes with the local community, regardless of whether or not it conflicts with their culture. Okay, give me an example here now. This is exactly your moment to sort of say the culture. All right, let's carry on here. Then we'll put the example in here, because such status creates challenges to native business. Okay. Okay, so join this up, regardless of whether or not conflicts with their culture, because, yes, okay, such statuses, or I'm not sure about the word status, challenges, such messages maybe, challenge native businesses. Okay. For example, here, now put, you could use the example of Starbucks or McDonald's, which are Western nations who have developed a huge following in many cultures, and you could argue that that is detrimental to the local food retailers. I think if you put an example in there, then you can carry on. This is evident as there. Okay, do we mean native businesses? Chances decrease due to massive and unique overseas products. Okay, so, all right, if you're going to use products, you could use, for example, Apple computers, you could use Nike shoes, you could use Zara clothes, and the influence that's had on cultures, people preferring Western dress rather than traditional dress. For me, you need some arguments in here which will ground this essay. Many people may spend a fortune on exquisite or bizarre items from different cultures, thus neglecting their own merchandise. Exactly. This is totally key. This is exactly what we're talking about. Really well done, but you need to give an example to show what you mean. May desert citizens away of their culture. Okay, yep, excellent. Give me an example. On the other hand, I believe that such a move is more beneficial. Okay, may be beneficial to many countries because it eases communication and understanding between different cultures, allowing us to live in peace or allowing us to learn from each other. This has a significant role, yeah, okay, in harmony and peace between nations, absolutely. Although it might risk masking some customs, okay, it provides an opportunity to gain knowledge, okay. Yeah, really nice. Careful with it and it. You need to put in some subject sentences here because it's getting a bit confusing to know what it you're referring back to. For instance, many regions can share their experiences and information, cooperate together to produce better quality items. Okay, yeah, give me a lovely example here. Give me an example you may know from wherever you are. So it's a lovely paragraph. It needs a little bit more in terms of an example to illustrate what you mean here. So to sum up, or in conclusion, is a little bit more academic. Despite some valid concerns about international business, including interference and the fear of negative influences rather than bad, I recognise more benefits. Okay, I believe the situation is beneficial in that it aids an understanding and education and exchange of ideas or exchange of beliefs between nations regardless of their differences. Yes, and can serve to lessen their differences would be a nice ending. So you've done a really good job. I hope this has helped you. Just really, I think the structure of the essay is what I have the most um, sort of problems with, which is again triggering the problem with the coherence of some of your examples. Grammar looks good, vocabulary looks good. Have a look at the online course. I think you might find it really helpful, depending on when your exam is. It includes video modules you work through, and I think 5 essays and 3 task 1 corrections. But that's great. Many thanks.